up, Heat 'em Up gang? It's your boy Heat 'em Up Trey. I'm back with another video. Now, I know y'all are probably getting tired of all just the Trey Lance videos, but to be honest, bro, that is the only video that pops up when I look up 49er news. That's really relevant. I'm like, oh my gosh. 49er news is really dry right now. Goodness gracious. I be fishing for videos, fishing. I don't be trying to react to Grant all day. But we're going to get into first take. Who will be starting for 49ers by mid-season? Not the start of the season. Because we're pretty sure we all know that it's going to be Jimmy G at the start of the season. If Trey Lance... I'm not going to rule out Trey Lance starting out at the beginning of the season. Just because of how well he did in minicamp. Jimmy G's, this was his best minicamp, but that's only because he knows there's competition now. Before he knew him, yeah, I'm the guy. I could just BS. But now they're saying this was Jimmy G's best spring ever. Come on now. But Jimmy G, you gotta play great. No more lollygagging in the first first 3 weeks. None of that. It's straight. Be the player we know you could be. We're out of there. That's what it is. Or Trey Lance will step in. Because we can afford to take the mistakes with Trey Lance. But we can't afford to make those same mistakes with you. That's what I was really trying to say. That's what I was trying to say. If they was to put Trey Lance in the game, Trey Lance can make the mistakes. Because he's so young and he's a rookie. He can afford to make those mistakes. Jimmy G, you are a solidified veteran now. You can't make those same mistakes. You need to be better because you've been in the league longer, so you know how things go in the league longer. You know how progressions go. You can't make those same mistakes. That's why teams will always go with the younger guy, because they can make those mistakes at such a young age for when they do blossom, take off. Just saying. But let's get into this video, y'all.
Seeing this kid up close, stood right next to him, talked to him. This kid's a freak now, in every sense of the word. That's just nothing but compliments.
Trey 5, you know how we doing, baby.
And there's a reason.
You know what to get us to.
You know that
Trey
Kyle
5.
And the rest of the people in San Francisco are excited, and everyone else is going to be too when they fully unleash him on the NFL. Probably very similar to the way people were excited when Kansas City unleashed Patrick Mahomes.
So I'm glad you said that, Lou, because that was going to be my next question to you. In an ideal situation, knock on wood, everybody stays healthy. Would Jimmy G finish out the season and Trey would have the opportunity to just learn? Or is there, at some point in this season, whether it's health or not, do you see him moving into that starting spot?
Before he answers that, let's say we start the season off very good. We're 5-0, 4-2, 6-3, going into the bye. Wait, when's our bye week? Week 4, week 5, I think. I don't know. It's one of those weeks. But let's say we're doing good. Jimmy G. If we're doing good and it's like how we were when we were doing good in the 2019 season, Trey Lance will be in there. Jimmy G can't play the way he played like 2019. Because everybody and their mother knows Jimmy G was not the reason for us being good in 2019. That was just the team being the team. Jimmy G's going to have to actually step up and be that type of guy to be the reason why we're winning games. If you know what I mean. Because in 2019 season, we were doing great, but it was the team that was doing great. It wasn't Jimmy G that was doing great. He managed the game well, of course. But any quarterback with those type weapons can manage the game well. Like I say this all the time. In Madden, you can have a 55 overall QB, but if your team is full of 99s all around, that QB, 55, you'll never even know he's a 55 overall. I'm telling you this right now. You'll never know. You will never know. Because the team around him is so great. Just saying. So, if Jimmy G has a season like he did in 2019, Trey Lance will be in there by week 8, week 9. Because it's like you're not really producing for us, so you're not making us better, you're just managing. 49ers need a quarterback that's more than just a manager. They need somebody that's a game changer. And that's Trey Lance. Hopefully. So if Jimmy G's having that type season, then yeah, of course I would expect to see Trey Lance, regardless if we're winning or losing. I will expect, if we're losing, trust me, if we're losing, we'll see Trey Lance in there way early. But if we're winning, but it's not really Jimmy G that's giving us those wins for real, and it's the defense, or it's the run game, or just the design play calling, expect Trey Lance to be in there. Because he's not, I'm pretty sure Kyle Shanahan is not going to want it to be, it's just the team that's getting us the win, not really Jimmy G. Oh, Jimmy G's just managing, just getting by. It's no more. It's none of that no more. It's none of that no more. Jimmy G has to actually show up and show out. But I'm gonna let him finish.
Yeah, I think, Monica, look, I think that he'll stay the starter, as long as he stays healthy. I think Jimmy will respond to this challenge. He will be a professional because that's what he's always been. And this football team, as is presently constructed, will be right there in contention for the NFC title and then for a Super Bowl berth. I believe that wholeheartedly. I've always been a big believer in Jimmy. And Freddie, you're right. This team was one
timeout. Another thing. Lord forbid, because I don't wish injuries on anything. If Jimmy G gets injured any time throughout the season, he's a backup for the rest of the season. Because you know Trey Lance is going to come in and he's never going to give that job back. So Jimmy G is banking on not getting injured, having a good season, not an okay season getting by. He has to have a good season. Those are the two things he's banking on. And not losing football games. Those are the three things.
Way that you just see go across your screen right there to Emmanuel Sanders from basically not even allowing Kansas City to kind of launch into this dynastic we're in right now in terms of trying to stack together Super Bowl wins, because they don't even win their first one. It would have been San Francisco that was hosting the, and Jimmy G would have probably been named the MVP of that Super Bowl. So I think there's no doubt that ideally they'd like for this to be one of those situations where they have time. Because look, Trey's only 21 years old. He's going to play, hopefully, 10, 12, 15 years in San Francisco. There's no rush to put him in there. And if Jimmy can provide that kind of stability and allow them to take their time, just like Kansas City did. I know people say, well, look, that's not a very realistic model. But you know what? It's the ideal model. It really is, because you saw what it did for Patrick. You saw what he benefited from learning from Alex. You know, Trey could benefit the same way. And in 2022... all hell could break loose. And that's exactly what they want.
Yeah. Speaking of all hell breaking loose, because I got this question real quick to you, Lou. The quarterback market next year, because he's going to be part of that quarterback market. What kind of teams could be in play for Jimmy G? Because every time you turn
Jimmy
around,
G,
it seems that the quarterback position is settled with young quarterbacks for a lot of teams. The quarterback market may not be there for him next year.
Yeah, but Freddie, you know, the quarterback market's always so fluid, as you know. And what we think are our needs today turn out to not be our needs tomorrow. And what we think aren't our needs turn out to be our needs. But things change so quickly at quarterback because it's such a very razor's edge type of position. So I think there's always going to be a need. I think for Jimmy, again, it sounds cliche, but controlling the controllables is what he needs to do, which is just stack some wins, man. Get 10, 11, 12, 13 wins. Get this team back to a Super Bowl. And Jimmy's mark is going to be just fine. Look, he's paid anyway. He's good anyway. He's made already. He's already accumulated generational wealth. He's not chasing money. Jimmy's good. Jimmy now is trying to really, quite honestly, if I'm Jimmy and if I'm putting myself in his shoes, he's chasing respect. Because nobody respects him, really. Everybody always says he's the kind of the guy who was Tom Brady's understudy, the guy who's not quite good enough for Kyle. I mean, you know, people get tired of hearing that kind of stuff. You know that as athletes. You get tired of being doubted.
All right, that's going to do it. Heard a lot of good things from both perspectives. Mainly his perspective, guy in the middle. Not going to lie, I don't remember your name. Don't know your name. When I turn on First Take, I expect to see Stephen A. and Max Kellerman and Molly. Not going to lie. I mean, it was a great cast, though. All black class. I like that. But yeah, Jimmy. Basically everything I just said, I'm just reiterating. You have 3 things to prove. And you'll still be... You do those 3 things... Well, don't do one of those 3 things. But if you win, you have to win but you have to do something while we're winning. You can't just manage the win. I mean, maybe Kyle will let you get by for just managing the wins. Maybe to let Trey learn a little bit more. But if it was me, you gotta actually do something now. You gotta bring something to the table. You gotta actually start doing some wow me things. You know, you gotta start actually playing like a NFL quarterback. Can't be managing games anymore, my guy. Can't. No more managing. You gotta make something shake. Make something happen. You know what I mean? Like that New Orleans game, we know you have it in you, Jimmy. That's why I'm like, you have it in you to be great. It's just something blocking you from trying to be great consistently. Like, we know you could be great. We know you can. You proved that to us when we first traded for you, and we won 5 games. Just by you being some type of great. Like, come on now, Jimmy. New Orleans game, that was probably your best game. I'm not gonna lie to you. The team, all of that, like Jimmy G, you were locked in. All of that, like, oh my gosh, you were playing great. You played great. It was a shootout with Drew Brees, and you won. Like, we know you could play great. We just need you to do that consistently. We need you to play that same way consistently. That's our only problem with you. You're just not consistent. You get injured. You're just not consistent. That's literally the only problem. Consistency is key in this league. Well, consistency is key in life. Or to get replaced. Simple as that. But that's going to do it. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Send me more Niner videos to react to because the streets is dry of Niner videos. I could start a throwback series, watch throwback games from the 2019, 2018, any game that's that you feel that we should watch. Just let me know. Send it my way. We can do a throwback series, throwback Thursday series. I could post those on Thursdays. But yeah, just let me know. I'll literally just be making up series as we go by. I'm not gonna lie, I'll be making them up. Off the top of my head, whatever comes to the top of my head, that's what I say. But yeah, just let me know. There's more basketball being played. I'm gonna react to some more basketball. I like playoff basketball. Like, I love playoff basketball. The atmosphere is lit. A lot of stars are injured though, so that's not lit. I just heard Chris Paul has COVID. People get COVID shots and still get COVID. Don't understand that, but okay. Kawhi tore his ACL. Kyrie is injured. James Harden still has hamstring problems, but he's still playing. Don't know why. But yeah, so just send me videos. I'm bored, you know. I need some videos to react to. It could be some high school players, clips, college clips. Anybody. You send me anybody, I react to it. But make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. And I'm out.